Neighbor next door nightmare. I'd been tasked with watching over a countryside house while my dad and his family sorted out its rental. They'd recently furnished it and were worried about squatters, which had been a problem in the area. It was supposed to be a simple favor, but I ended up getting more than I bargained for. On my second day there, I met the woman next door. She introduced herself as a chef and offered to cook me dinner. Something about her timing felt off. I didn't question it too much. She sent over a shopping list and we arranged for her to come by on Friday evening. The night arrived and I returned with the groceries, but something was off. A window latch was slightly askew, and I noticed that someone had been rummaging through my fridge. Small amounts of food were missing from nearly every item. I was no stranger to squatters, having been tasked with watching over the house for that very reason. But now, it seemed like the situation was different. Someone had been in the house, and they weren't being subtle about it. I grabbed a small weapon I had on hand and sent a text message to everyone with access to the house, asking if they'd been near the place. Then, I started quietly moving through the rooms, trying not to draw attention. My instincts were screaming that something was off. As I explored, I found nothing out of the ordinary except for a deep sense of unease that gnawed at me. That's when I decided to be safe and call the police. But before I could even dial the number, the doorbell rang. It was her, a woman from next door. She seemed friendly enough, but something about her smile didn't sit right with me. I asked if I could check out her garden, trying to keep things casual while also getting a better look at her. But she hesitated and made excuses. That's when it clicked this woman might not be who she said she was. Her demeanor changed, and she started lunging towards me. Restrained her using some zip ties from the furniture, and didn't hesitate to lock the basement door after hearing movement coming from down there. The police arrived soon after, but before they could enter, the intruders tried to force their way in. I positioned a piano in front of the door, ready to take on anyone who came through. When the police finally moved the piano, we found a group of people like nothing we'd ever seen, foreign nationals with eerily blank faces. Turned out they were part of a notorious network that used squatters' rights to terrorize homeowners. Most of them would be charged for their crimes, but one had gotten away. That night, I went to bed trying to process everything. But the next morning, I heard a noise downstairs. I froze as I saw her, the one who hadn't been charged, lying on the floor, dead. A cold smile was plastered on her lifeless face. The unease that had been building up inside me finally boiled over into pure terror.